impossible. That is absolutely impossible what he just did. That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Good morning and welcome to Week 1 edition of the Destination Fantasy Podcast. Man, we are excited. I know I am. It's football season. We actually got some real football. We saw some on Thursday. Like, this is it. Everything that has led up to this moment, we're finally here. But before we go any further, I want to introduce my brother from another mother, Mr. Deshaun Reed. How you doing this morning?
Man, dude, I'm amped. Let's go. This is, like you said, Jamar, this is exactly what we've been waiting for, man. We talked about it for months, and we've been hyping this thing up for months, and then months turned into weeks, weeks turned into days, and days turned into today. So this is everything that you and I have been waiting for, so I'm ready to roll, man.
That's what I'm talking about. And introducing our official, member of the Destination Fantasy Podcast, Walter. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. It's a pleasure being here. I was about to sing because I'm just so filled with joy right here. Bro, I've been waiting since February, because basketball don't hit the same anymore. So, man, I'm glad we finally made it.
Man, you are not kidding. So, man, we got a lot to dig into today. Get you, basically everybody ready for Week 1 today. I mean, we got my teams rolling. I got about 7 or 8 of them. The Dynasty League, that we're excited for. I don't know. I'm the reigning defending champion. My 16-team league. I'm ready to defend that throne.
Let's go, champ.
Let's do it, man. That was a heck of a draft. We'll get into that later. Hey, and then we already got support already. Hey, man,
my boy Chris James. Yeah, man, this is a weekly thing for us, man. We appreciate you for checking in with us.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so hey, I'm looking forward to some W's too, man. If you can get it done, man, he'd be my hero against the Pack. He'd be my hero. All right, so. Before we even get into any matchups or anything, and before we even recap Thursday's game, so it seemed like the Baltimore Ravens have been through some things this week, but I guess mainly this off season. So J.K. Dobbins, who was going to be Deshaun's keeper in one of our leagues, he's out, and then you got Justice Hill, who okay, all right, we're just gonna plug him in. Nah. He went out. And then all right, Gus Edwards going to be the man. I mean, I drafted Gus Edwards in 2 leagues, and, the infamous practice that happened early this week to where he goes out, Marcus Peters goes out. And so, they was already thinking about signing Le'Veon Bell, and, they worked out Devonta Freeman. And they ended up signing both. And it's like, okay. And then, they got this other 4th-string running back, Tyson Williams. And then Latavius Murray comes on the scene because, the Saints want to be stupid. But nevertheless, now all of them are on the team. So just thoughts, with the Baltimore Ravens. I feel for their fans right now, but just in general, from a fantasy perspective, how do you all feel on this?
I don't know, man. It's if that was an actual game experience, man, it would have took all the breaths out of the stadium. It's almost borderline unbelievable. One guy goes out, then another guy goes out, and then another guy goes out, and these aren't your everyday just roster fill. These are starters, man, and these are productive players. So me personally, I don't feel for Baltimore Ravens. I am a Steelers fan, but you just can't help but feel for those guys individually. That's one bad injury can lead you to not playing inside the NFL. So I just gotta send my little bit of heart out to those Ravens players. I think they'll be fine. Lamar Jackson's still there. Like you mentioned, Jamar, the Saints were stupid in my opinion for letting Laddie Murray walk, because he has been the model of consistency for a backup running back inside the NFL. And with that being said, I do believe he can be that number one guy once he gets up to speed with the playbook and whatnot. But man, just basically like tragic for what's going on up in Baltimore.
I agree. With running back, I kind of feel like you can kind of plug them in. So, grabbing some of the vets like Latavius and Le'Veon, those are pretty smart moves there. But I think the Peters hit, is going to kind of affect them more on defense. That's it's their top corner. With the Ravens, fantasy wise though, like I have Lamar Jackson, and I'm just scared because the receivers were hurt also during the preseason. So, it's like I don't know. I'm gonna see how they played this week. I'll run with my other quarterback. I think I have Justin Herbert. I have to look at. I think I'll run with Justin Herbert against Washington's defense. I don't know, man. I just I know. This is hey. I'm living my life on the edge right now. Hold on, man. Hold on. I might have to correct that because aren't the Ravens playing the Raiders? And John Green is defense. Let me switch that. Never mind. Let me switch that today. Whoa, my bad.
It's all good. It's all good. All right, so we're gonna switch gears and talk about the game that actually happened already. That basically got me even more excited for today. Buccaneers, Cowboys. I mean, I for surely thought that the Bucs would have just blown them out, but Dak Prescott and the offense. So the Cowboys had other plans in mind. It came down to a game-winning field goal. Dak looked impressive for his first start in 11 months coming back. Both offenses looked good, even though there was some rust that you saw between the drop passes, turnovers. Just all in all, like, matter of fact, Deshaun, don't you have Dak Prescott in one of your leagues? Like, how did you feel? Like, basically, does this give you like all the confidence that you need going forward?
Well, honestly, Jamar, I had it going forward because of the things that they were saying. They were saying that they weren't worried about Dak. Dak looked great before it. And yeah, you do need a little bit of reassurance coming in there. The one thing that I want to see him do was get outside the pocket and try to run. I swear I thought he was going to cut out for like that 10-yard run and make it inside the end zone. But he was like, I just got back. But nah, man, he was clicking on all cylinders. It looked very like he didn't miss a beat out there. So the thing that I didn't like to see, and I think just the game flow, kind of shifted that was Dak threw for he threw the ball 58 times. Like, that's a lot. You really don't want him doing that, especially when you got both Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield, along with one of the better offensive lines inside the league. But that Buccaneers defense, it is stout. It is stout, and I can understand why they kind of, went away from it. But like you already mentioned, man, like Dak looked, I think he played brilliant. I really do. He made some tough throws out there. He made some throws under duress. He got outside the pocket and made some throws. So all in all, man, like that game was everything we could probably want from a season opener. Tom Brady, 44 years old. Looks like this guy hasn't missed a beat, man. Let's sit and talk about AB and both Gronkowski turning back the hands of time. Like, both those guys were balling. Like, they look like they were in rare form. Let me say this. If those guys just turn into maybe 60% of what they used to be, look out, man. Like, it's just going to be – and then you already got to add that. And Mike Evans, we'll get into that a little bit later. He didn't play, like many predicted. Chris Godwin looked great. The backfield made some issues, but all in all, it was a good game. CeeDee Lamb, like I predicted, looked fantastic. But the story of that offense, man, it was Amari Cooper. Like me and Jamar, he went and said that, hey, I believe I'm the best wide receiver in football, and I want to go out and prove it. So that's basically what he did. And against a stout secondary like the Buccaneers, he looked fantastic. Great game.
Yeah, Walter, what's your thoughts on this game?
Why didn't they feed Zeke? Like, they didn't feed Zeke at all. Zeke ran the ball 11 times for 33 yards. Like, you did not feed Zeke. I would like to see a little bit more balance there. I mean, Sean, you pretty much hit it with the receivers. Amari Cooper, I don't know, man. Like, the biggest thing with Amari is, like, he doesn't stay healthy. That's the biggest hit on Amari Cooper. It's always like those little injuries, those little nagging injuries that kind of hold Amari back. So, yeah, and then when you have a receiving core like they have, I mean, it's easy to be like, oh yeah, because you're not getting as much attention. You're going 1-on-1, you're not getting double coverage or anything like that. So Amari looked great, Dak looked great. These are two teams that I despise because of Tom Brady. We're gonna have a whole segment one day on why I hate Tom Brady and why I think he's okay. But because that Tampa team is stacked, and nobody else on that team is going to get any recognition if they win the Super Bowl. It's going to be all Tom Brady. It's going to be all Tom Brady. We're going to get into that whole nother segment. We need to do that on a Tuesday. Overall, like I said, it was a great game. It was a great way to start the season, man. Like I'm excited. Dallas, they need corners. I think that's their biggest thing on defense because the defensive front looked pretty good. But the corners, they couldn't stop, they couldn't stop anything. So, yeah, like I said, good start to the season. And hopefully, today is the same.
Hey, big facts. All right, so before we start going through each game, just going to read off the names that's not playing so far and, some that are, expected to play. So right now, Deshaun Watson, that's obvious. Jamison Crowder, he's a scratch. Evan Ingram, he's a scratch. There's a few defensive players here like Anthony Barr, he's not playing. Eddie Goldman, we're gonna surely miss him tonight. Traquan Smith, he's not playing for the Saints. So Xavier Rose, like you mentioned before, we even got on here. So yeah, that can be significant. Players that are expected to play, the jersey that you're wearing, Carson Wentz, counterpart Quentin Nelson, Joe Burrow, Austin Eckler. That's the one I was monitoring this week because I got him in 2 leagues. Trey Lance expected to play. Deshaun Jackson, Noah Fant, Saquon Barkley. He's been medically cleared, so I think they still may ease him in, but we'll go with that here in a second. So. Here we go.
Oh boy,
dude!
It's like a shout out to my little bro Piggy, man. It's like every time you mention Tom Brady, within like 2 minutes, his name will appear. It's like kind of like Candyman, like you said, and then then my little bro would pop up. So
I got all the smoke for Tom Brady. Bro. All the smoke for Tom Brady.
We got F him.
Hey, I'm with you, Lil Vic, man. It's trust me, he prevented us from going to a lot of Super Bowls. But man, I'm kind of digging Tampa Tom, man. I can't even lie. Tampa Tom is just different.
The personality, yeah, but
Oh no. Him as a player, nah.
Right. So going back to that last drive, and everybody's like, "Oh, should they call that offensive pass interference?" They're not gonna call that with Tom Brady out there. Stop playing with just stop. Not with Tom out there.
Oh man! All right,
that's a Tuesday segment. Though we need to get that.
We're gonna get the spotlight on you just for that one of these days. I got you. All right, let's get into these games. First game: Eagles at Falcons. Man, I just go with my little initial thoughts here. Definitely, I expect a high-scoring affair. Both of these defenses are trash. I'm gonna just keep it. What it is, they're trash. I'm very curious to see what Cal Pitts do today. I think a lot of people have a lot of high expectations for him, especially week 1. I think Calvin Ridley is going to get his for sure. Other side of the ball, I think Jalen Hurts, his legs he's definitely going to have a high floor today with his legs, his running ability, passing ability might be there. I think Devonta Smith could do some things today. Miles Sanders, that's the one I'm gonna just throw out there. I know his expectations. He hasn't lived up to them. He's a dynamic talent. I mean, he played behind Saquon Barkley in college. This guy can get some things done. I mean, why not against a perfect team to do so against the Falcons here? But all in all, what are y'all's thoughts on this game?
I mean, same, Jamar. I mean, you're looking at 2 bottom like secondaries inside the league here, so it's going to be like basically every starting wideout or like tight end for like these teams you want to play. I'm very, very curious, and I'm going to keep my eye up on like the snap count between Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz, because as we know Zach Ertz is still up on that team. So definitely, if you are an owner of one of those two guys, definitely monitor this game just to see how like the game flow and like how their snap count goes. But I think, like I said before, Devonta Smith, one game, one touchdown. I think he's going to get a touchdown in his very first NFL game here against a porous, to say the least, Falcons secondary. But yeah, a lot of points. Calvin Ridley's going to get his. Eyes are going to be up on Kyle Pitts, highest drafted tight end. So I'm definitely looking to see what he's going to do. Didn't get a chance to own him in another league. And dude, just real quick, someone dropped him in like one of my leagues, and I was this close to like picking him. I am dead serious. Someone dropped Kyle Pitts. Drunk. I don't know. It was up in my NFL.com league, and I looked. I'm like, is that Kyle Pitts? And someone had already picked him up. Dude, I was heated. I tried to make 3 trades for like the dude back to back. And nah, it was like, nothing doing. But I think this is going to be an entertaining game offensively. So a lot of points, a lot of fantasy implications as well.
Yeah. You guys keep mispronouncing his name. It's like Hall of Famer Kyle Pitts. Everybody's already given him his gold jacket already. So, like, I want to see, like, I want to see how he's going to do in this game. Like I said, and that's going to take a lot of pressure off Calvin Ridley. So we'll see, the impacts of that. Jalen Hurts, just for, I don't know, just for morale. I hope he has a really good game. I hope Jalen Hurts lights it up. Just because if he doesn't, Philly will have him out of there next year, and we'll pick him up because Frank Wright knows, somebody. But this is going to be a battle for this is going to have an impact on a battle for a top 10 pick next year. I don't think either one of these teams is going to really make a big push. So, yeah, high scoring affair, but both of these teams will be picking in the top 10 next year.
You're probably right. Just real quick, let's see. Tampa time doesn't bother me as much. I mean, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
And then we got this one here. Mr. Brady himself defending. And then I guess Deshaun Vicks, I guess, saw the same thing.
What's that?
I guess as far as dropping Kyle Pitts, he's in your league.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy, Vic, bro. I was like this close to snagging this dude, but someone had already like picked him up, man. And it's like, oh my God, man. I wanted him. I don't know what they were thinking, because NFL.com, for whatever reason, had him projected to only score like 2 points. So I'm thinking like the person really doesn't know anything about Kyle Pitts, and they just let him go. So, man, this close to snagging that dude, man. I would have been, wow. It would have been curtains. It would have been curtains, bro.
I feel you. All right, we're going to start with the next game here. We're gonna start with you, Mr. Deshaun, because we got this Steelers out here. This is an interesting game. You know what? Go ahead, take it away, man. Take it away.
Okay, this is a very interesting game for sure, and it's going to tell us everything we need to know about what we have to do going forward, playing against a Bills team that many predict are Super Bowl bound. I mean, like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Their defense has taken a step back, but that offense is loaded. Josh Allen is a top quarterback inside the league now. That is already established. Stephon Diggs, you're definitely going to see those two hook up early and often in this one. That backfield is basically, it's kind of similar to a Patriots backfield. You don't know which one of those two guys to play between Singletary and Moss, so you definitely want to stay away from those guys. Cole Beasley can definitely have an effect in this game as well. We may see a little bit of Emmanuel Sanders. I'm not sure how much we will see. Dawson Knox, an okay pick inside like deeper league. So let's switch over to like my Steelers side. Again, right now it's musical chairs, man. But if I had to pick one player, I would probably roll with Chase Claypool. Higher ceiling of all three wide receivers. Deontay Johnson will probably be the safer pick in PPR format. And I think Juju will be a bigger red zone threat because of his toughness and ability to snag and outpower other receivers. Other DBs. So go ahead, Jamar.
So glad we got on the Steelers and you addressed the wide receiver issue. My question is with the rookie running back here. So there's people with expectations here. He was drafted as an RB1 in deeper leagues this year. So let me ask you this straight up. Najee Harris, is he gonna be a top 10 running back today?
Is he going to be a top 10 running back today? I'm going to say no. Maybe top 15. Look, that offensive line has to show me something. I'm not the one to like jump out, up on like the deep end, especially when it comes to my own team. But as you know, man, we have offensive line issues. And running backs, just believe it or not, a lot of their credit goes to those guys who are blocking from me. No holes. You know what I mean? You can't really do anything. So if they're able to part the sea a couple of times, I'm really liking Najee's chances. He is more explosive than many people give him credit for, and he is a hell of a receiver out the backfield. So PPR format, he's going to have much more value than in like a standard league. I like what I've seen from him. So, only thing I got to do is just keep my fingers crossed at this point that O-line like steps up and, creates some holes out there.
Fair enough. Walter, what's your thoughts on this game?
Deshaun, I'm going to tell you something, man. My boy Josh Allen about to be like, Stefan, get the table. Get the table. I think, man. You hit on the offensive line. Yeah, that was my biggest concern with you guys. And then Big Ben. What's Big Ben gonna look like this year? We'll see, man. I'm gonna you gassed him up so much. I'm damn near. I'm my bad. This might be a kid's show. My bad.
No. Damn is good. Damn is good. Damn, hell, all that. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got some up so good. I'm almost cheering for y'all this year. I'm like, yeah. You're right, bro. You're right. But it's like that inner city team. It's not really stacked like that, guys. I think it's gonna be a shootout. And y'all probably won't be on the good end of this, but that's okay though. That's okay.
I've already come to that conclusion. We're playing arguably definitely a top 5 in my opinion team inside the NFL. And if we lose this one, we just got to put something out up on tape that actually looks good, something that we can improve upon from week to week. So we'll see. Definitely one of the hottest teams. But at the end of the day, hashtag Steeler Nation, hashtag
Amen. Hey, so I'm waiting for Juju to step up though, man. Since AB left, like he's never taken that role as just being that primary receiver. I don't think he can be. And I went out up on the limb for him and said that, hey, this guy should be the number one guy. And he definitely made me eat my words. He is a fantastic complementary piece. But as far as being the number one guy, I'm thinking within time that's going to be Chase Claypool's spot. Oh yeah, hey, but what Chase was dealing with a little bit of injury this year, wasn't it? Like in preseason.
Yeah, he had a little bit of like an ankle injury, but as far as I'm concerned, he is ready to go. So
he balled out last year. So I'm Notre Dame pride. Come on, let's get it.
Fantastic.
So I'm kind of cheering for him, even though we ain't doing that in the 90s. I mean, it's crazy.
Man, tell Debo to give Juju his bike back, bro. He ain't been the same since.
He has not. He has not.
All right, so just a couple of comments. We got some Saints.
We gonna definitely dive into that game.
Your brother needs Kamara and Najee to do some beats today.
I think Piggy may have that one. I think you may have that one, and we'll get into that Saints game a little bit later.
Definitely will. All right, so next one here, Vikings at Bengals. I'm gonna go first because this is one of my bold predictions. For you all that don't know, we each have 2 bold predictions for today. All right, so for the Bengals, my bold prediction is Joey Burrow and T. Higgins will combine for 55 fantasy points. That's basically similar to the production that you've seen Tom Brady and either Antonio Brown or Tom Brady and Chris Godwin on Thursday. So, and I feel like, the way that the secondary is with Minnesota, granted they did sign Patrick Peterson, but I don't know that's going to be enough to stop Joe Burrow and T. Higgins and the rest of their offense to do what they're going to do today, in my opinion. I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Vikings more so will be on the ground for a lot of it. You might see Justin Jefferson break loose for a couple of them, but for the Bengals, you're going to see a lot of passes thrown. And even if they are losing, which is quite possible, we expect the Bengals to have a lot of garbage time this season, a lot of it. And so, therefore, between the way that T. Higgins was last year, the way that we saw Joe Burrow look before he went out last year, because he looked like every bit of that number 1 pick that they drafted last year. And so I feel like he's going to come out with a vengeance. I feel like T. Higgins is going to improve upon what he did last year, and they're going to put up some points today. I guess you all's thoughts on the rest of this game here. Just had to drop the mic on that one.
So yeah, you didn't touch up on like the Vikings side a bit, so I'm gonna start there offensively. So it look, man, I like Justin Jefferson, man. I like him a lot, and I think he is going to get his in this football game. That Bengals secondary is meh at best, so he's gonna eat. Thielen's gonna eat as well inside the slot. And it sucks for Irv Smith because I felt like he was going to have like a breakout season this year, and I don't think he's going to be back until like the latter part of the season. Am I correct, Jamar?
I think he's done, but
Done. Okay, yeah, man. So like, if he is, that sucks because I think that they could have really had something that they have been missing. But yeah, like the story of this game is feed the chef. Let the chef cook. Let Dalvin Cook, you know what I mean, do his thing, which he should. He should have no problems running all over this Bengals defense. So like, let's flip to like the Bengals side. Man, you got T. Higgins, you got Tyler Boyd, you got Jamar Chase, you got Joe Mixon. So out of all those guys, the person that worries me the most, Joe Mixon. I have no ifs, ands, or buts about Joe Burrow coming out here and doing his thing. Jamar, you like him. I like him. We like Joe Burrow a lot. And he has shown that he was worthy in like that small little sample size that he gave us last year of that number 1 overall pick. But Joe Mixon is one of those players that it's like you love him one week, yeah, and you hate him the next. He can give you a fantastic game, but it just seems like he is too injury prone, man. And the guy that they actually paid up for, like, let's see, can he finally put it together this season, stay healthy, and be productive in the same breath?
All right, before you go, Walter, we actually got our first question here. Greg, appreciate the question. Start 2 PPR. You got Jerry Jeudy, Myles Gaskin, Michael Pittman, Darrell Henderson, and Jalen Waddle.
Oh, man. Oh, let me go ahead and take this one. I'm glad he put those first 2 names first because Jerry Jeudy, I like him a lot this week, especially if he is, and he did say this, his PPR format. Look, I'm really liking Jerry Jeudy and like Teddy Bridgewater together. Myles Gaskin would probably be my second pick of the 2, considering that he can both catch and brush out the backfield.
Go ahead, Walter, because I think me and you might be on the same boat on this one. Go ahead.
So he's gonna leave Michael Pittman out like that.
I'm not. I'm just
the underratedness of my Colts, man. We get no love, man. 16 on power rankings, really? Gosh, that okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I might take Pittman and Gaskin. I might take Pittman and Gaskin.
I'll take Pittman and Jeudy. I agree with you on Jerry Jeudy, but like, who on Seattle is going to stop Michael Pittman? Who?
Yeah, I guess you're right. That is kind of true. That secondary is suspect.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna still step by what I said.
All right, I respect.
All right, so basically, what we're saying, Greg, the top 3 options between those 2 is gonna give you your best chance today.
For sure.
We all got different variations of it, but I feel like those 3 can get it done for you, man. Appreciate the question. We got another one here from Jim. So we got Chris Carson, Russell Gage, or Callaway at the flex, not PPR.
Oh, man. Oh, this one better be unanimous in my opinion. Even though I like Russell Gage, I really do with the departure of Julio Jones. I think that is going to open up things from him. But this is a non-PPR, and I think Chris Carson has the best chance of scoring 6 in this football game. So for me, it's going to be the solidified RB2, Chris Carson.
You hear what he said? He crazy, right? He crazy. Right?
hey, I'm just saying this is not PPR here, man.
I got you.
We're talking about Russell Gage. How many points can he give? If he doesn't get inside like the end zone. So we're basically talking about scoring a touchdown here. Which one of these guys are going to give you the greatest chance of securing 6?
It's gonna be Chris Carson. Hey, so
you gotta put that coach pride aside on this one.
I know. I would take Gage, but the reason there's these 2 linemen. You got Grover Stewart. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him. He's pretty good. And then you got DeForest Buckner. Might have been a Pro Bowler last year. I don't know.
Love him.
But he ain't going nowhere, man. Don't worry about it. And then Kwity Paye, his main thing was stopping the run. So we'll see. You know, I'm gonna leave my pride to the side. Anytime that anybody's playing against Colts, I'm just gonna stay silent on it. I'm gonna let this ride. But hey, in our chat after this, oh man, I'm sending all that gas.
Going in on this. No, I mean honestly, Chris Carson by default does give you your best chance today, just because. I mean, Russell Wilson will get them in the red zone.
Okay.
Chris Carson has a chance to punch it in. So with non-PPR, I mean that's the person I would have to go to as well. I'm sorry, Mr. Luck behind you, but that's just how I feel about this one.
Man, I think I just saw a teardrop from Luck's eyes back there off of his poster, man. After you said
it. So it does got some moisture back there. Appreciate
glare from the light.
Twan, we appreciate you, bro. Hopefully everything is well, bro.
Absolutely. Thank you. Right. So, all right, next game here. I'm hoping that this team dogs it out. I'm going to let Deshaun go first because I think he has a bold prediction on this one.
Whew. Man, it's bold. Man, I don't even think that it's even bold enough. So, Raheem Mostert will have 150 plus yards and 2 TDs in this football game. Look, the Detroit Lions, that defense, I mean, like, let's say this. Can any of you two name 2 defensive players up on the Lions at this point?
Crickets.
No, they got the grocery bagger from Kroger. I don't know. Y'all remember Marsh? They got the guy that used to stock the meat at Marsh. So,
yeah, I mean, yeah. and that's my point exactly. So right. here's the thing. As of right now, Raheem Mostert is the guy. We already know that Trey Sermon will probably end up being the main guy at some point, and he may even get some clock in this one just to evaluate. But what better game to go ahead and say, hey, I'm the man on this team for Raheem Mostert to go out and just run all over this Lions defense. And again, we already know that the 49ers are a primarily run-based team. So expect to see a lot of that backfield between Mostert and Sermon. But the main thing that I want to see in this game is, how are they going to utilize Trey Lance? How many snaps will he play in this one? They already said that Jimmy Garoppolo is the guy there, but at this point, I'm kind of not believing it. I still want to see it to actually believe it. George Kittle should be great in this one. Brandon Ayuk, man, I mean, come on, man. It's like, if you want to play somebody up on a full team, this is going to be the team to do it because any of those guys could eat in this one. And I'm not saying anything against Detroit. It's just no one is there. No one is there. So bold prediction for me, Raheem Mostert, 150 plus yards, 2 scores in this one.
All right. So I guess the only question I'm going to ask is, I guess, how much of a snap count does Trey Sermon get today?
Yep.
That's the one that I'm curious about for the ones that drafted him, to eventually take over the slot or to have a 50-50 timeshare. I mean, we honestly don't know how big of a split is going to be today. We're going to find out. I mean, for all we know, I mean, the 49ers could be up by 30 at halftime and they put out their JV squad and, Sermon goes out there and balls out too. But, I mean, outside of, Hockenson and Swift and maybe Jamal Williams, you're not really touching anybody on the Lions, right? So.
Nah, facts. And I will go out up on a limb and say this. DeAndre Swift is going to have a hard time against that front, man, because, those guys are legit. They are back healthy. And, I mean, maybe he might catch a couple of passes out the backfield, but it's going to be a hard time. I'm not saying he isn't going to be productive. I'm just saying that the 49ers are going to make it very difficult for it to be that way.
Real quick, we got 2 more questions going on here.
Mostert.
So, Mostert or Miles Sanders?
Yeah.
You going Mostert?
Mostert, absolutely.
Man, that, I think that one is a little bit tougher than what it is because Miles Sanders does play against Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think this is a really good problem to have, in my opinion, but I'm going to get a slight edge to Mostert still, though. Still a good problem. I think both of those guys can be equally as productive, but, man, that's kind of tough because considering that Miles Sanders really doesn't have anyone to actually, battle him for, reps like that. But Mostert kind of more so does because it technically is a running back by committee. So that is a tough one. Delusional Tanner.
I'll say Mostert. I'm my bad, Jamar. Just real quick. I would just say Mostert because I think San Francisco have a better pass game, so it kind of takes a little bit of the focus off of him. I mean, he's going to get his, regardless. But with Miles Sanders, I mean, we're like Jalen Hurts is still up in the air. We got to see how he's going to play.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Mostert too. He's definitely the safer option, and I mean both running backs got breakaway speed here. Both of them can just take it to the house. I more so trust the play caller and Kyle Shanahan. I do. He's gonna set him up for success. So that's how
unanimous Mostert there. So hopefully that answered your question, bro.
All right.
Appreciate it. Got another one here from Jim again. Callaway or Montgomery PPR.
I'm going to go out and up on a limb and say that is David Montgomery, the running back.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
I'm going Callaway.
They're making it tough the first week.
Yeah, they are making because like that Montgomery against that Rams front man, I'm not sure. And this is PPR here.
I'm confident. You see those guys back there? I'm confident in that team and what they can and can't do. And I'm going Callaway. I'm assuming that has to be a flex option, so I'm going Callaway here. Your biggest upside today.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a tie.
Same. That one is really tough. Yep. So David Montgomery.
I don't expect much on the offense right now. Currently constructed of who they starting with the first 11 on offense for the Bears. So therefore, I'm going Callaway. I mean, I feel like they're gonna be passing a lot. All right, we got a couple more here. All right, so from Now Gaming Nation, Nick Chubb.
Dang, he got a stable of backs, man.
Kudos to how you drafted, man.
Yes. Oh wow.
So Chubb, Austin Eckler, and Christian McCaffrey.
Chubb. He said Chubb or Austin.
I don't know if this is PPR or not. If it's PPR, I would take Austin Eckler. If it's non-PPR, I'm taking Nick Chubb.
I'm gonna say the same. Man. Don't be sleep on Austin Eckler.
No, he said full PPR. So.
Oh, full PPR. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Eckler. Just yep. And
even with the injury.
Who do they play this week? Austin Eckler.
Oh, they got the Washington.
And Chubb got the Kansas City.
Yeah, that's why I'm like Chubb. I'll take Chubb.
I'm going Chubb as well.
Yeah, 2 for Chubb.
I'm going Chubb as well.
They're going Chubb. I'm gonna say Austin Eckler, but either way, you have a sensational problem to have. I wish I had those problems.
Facts. 3 RB1s. All of them are RB1s. So that is fantastic.
Man, shout out. Great job. I don't care if that's an 18 league, 10-team league. The fact that you have all 3 of those, like that's outstanding. Good luck today. We are part of Gaming Nation as well. All right, next person, Josh Henderson, Odell, Tyler Boyd, PPR pick 1.
Let me check out those matchups again. So go ahead, Jamar.
Henderson has the Rams. Odell has the Chiefs. Tyler Boyd has the Vikings.
You said Henderson has the Rams?
No, the Bears. Sorry,
the Bears. Okay.
I mean, I like probably Tyler Boyd. That's because I'm more so counting on Joe Burrow to be passing the ball quite a bit against the Vikings secondary that's still suspect. I don't know who the slot corner is from the Vikings, but I'm sure he got torched last year. He's probably gonna get torched again this year.
All right, yeah. So I think odd man out for me would be Odell until he shows exactly what he's capable of doing. I mean, again, good talent, one of the better wide receivers in the league whenever he is healthy, but when has that been? So you just kind of want to pump the brakes on Odell until you want to like I'd like to show me, like, hey, show me a couple games and I'll be able to start you with confidence. So for that very reason, he'll be the odd man out. Henderson it just seems like he is the guy in that backfield. So his biggest thing is like you want him to score a touchdown. I expect him to be throwing it a lot, so they may get a couple of red zone chances for him to punch it in. But Tyler Boyd poses the most upside to me in this football game, considering that that game is supposed to be a shootout. Joe Burrow should be able to cook in that one, and Tyler Boyd may be the beneficiary, even though Tyler Boyd does have a lot to battle with. So Henderson or Boyd, for me, I think the two are pretty good. But considering it's PPR, I'm going to get a slight edge to Tyler Boyd in this one.
Fair enough.
Okay.
What you thinking? Same thing?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm looking at the questions on the side. Was it? I don't know if we're ready to bring that up yet, but it's like Julio or Robert Woods, and then somebody asked about Claypool and Hunt.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to those in a second, but we're thinking Tyler Boyd on that one.
It's crazy. We fell out of favor with like Odell. I'm expecting Odell to have a big game early in the season. Like he has that one big game in the season. Like, is it going to be this game? Maybe, we'll see. But if you want to gamble, yeah. But yeah, if not, safe pick, Boyd.
Yep. I'm with you. You definitely don't want to roll the dice right out the gate, man. You want to secure a W. No one wants to go 0-1 in fantasy football to start the season. Play it safe.
Appreciate the question. Next one up, delusional again. Just like you said, Julio Jones or Robert Woods at my flex and a half point PPR. My gosh, this is a great problem to have because I'm high on both this week. Julio Jones against the Cardinals. Good luck, Arizona. Robert Woods. Jalen Johnson gonna have his hands full against Robert Woods today. Oh, man.
I'm gonna say it's exactly the same. I'm gonna say that they're gonna give you equal value delusional Tanner. I mean, both of these guys, man, again, another good problem to have. I think the value this week is very, very similar. Both of these guys could give you wide receiver one numbers at any given week, to be completely honest. So yeah, man, even in my opinion.
Take Julio. Y'all take Julio on this one.
Yeah. I think I might have to. I'm going to get a slight edge to Julio just because I'm thinking more so Cooper Kupp's going to eat a lot more tonight. But that, either way, you're going to get points on this one for sure. Man. Next one here. Chase Claypool, Hunt in the flex.
Man, that is tough. That is tough. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna say that I don't know whether this is. You know what? Forget it. I'm going into my guy. Start Chase Claypool for sure. Upside, man. Like the upside is too tremendous there. We already see him put together multi-score games. They're gonna utilize him in like the jet sweep. He's gonna give you a big player too, man. And I'm going Claypool.
I'm leaning towards the same. He has the higher upside today. I feel like the Bills gonna be scoring points, and your team is gonna have to, fight back. So Claypool has, the home run threat and everything else in between.
I'll roll with Claypool as well. I had Kareem Hunt. I think it was last year, and he kind of let me down. They get Chubb's going to get the majority of the carries. You kind of, and then like big playability. Chase Claypool. So yeah, I'm rolling with Claypool on that one.
Fair enough. Appreciate it, Anthony. Now Gamian's back. Jarvis Landry or Michael Pittman full PPR. I'm going Michael Pittman.
Go ahead and take it away, Walt.
Nah, what you got, Shaw? Let me see what you got.
Let's go ahead and give it a unanimous Michael Pittman right here.
I mean, yeah, I'm on a roll with Pittman, but you wouldn't go wrong with either one of them today. Yeah. Because I just think that
Seahawks
secondary. Yeah, that secondary. I mean, they lost their number one. They lost their number one corner. So I mean, who's gonna stop him? Who's gonna stop him today?
I mean, somebody got to take the lion's share of the throws.
Well, I mean, while you say that, another underrated. I'm gonna say underrated. A hopeful. We'll call it a hopeful this year. Is we're gonna see how many games Paris Campbell's gonna play this year. I don't think he's played over 5 since he's been in the league. Yeah, shout out to Chris Ballard for that one. But because McLaren was sitting there, just throwing it out there. But yeah, if Paris Campbell can stay healthy, he was actually like our number one targeted receiver. I think it was like last year, and he went down like game 2, game 3 in Tennessee. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We will, but I'm definitely high on Michael Pittman today for sure.
Thank you.
All right, and so Delusional asks, I guess, but you don't sit either for Keenan Allen. That's in reference to Julio Jones and Robert Woods.
No, I'm not.
So
I'm not
basically-
sitting. I'm not sitting Keenan Allen. Not week one.
No.
No, you gotta
Justin
catch Keenan.
Herbert. That is his target. He's gonna find him early and often in that football game.
Yeah,
Route running extraordinaire, man. That guy is talented.
You have to play Keenan Allen. He has top 5 upside this season.
But they are playing the football team.
I get it. I really do. I really do. But it's Keenan Allen, man.
Okay.
Man. All right. So next one here.
Colts Nation. I see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just for you. Just
Bars
for you.
and tuck. Love it.
All right. Should I trade CEH, Damian Harris, and Brandon Ayuk for CMC, Mike Thomas, and Jalen Rager? Should I trade? Just for you, Damian.
All right, so let me write this one down. So he has CEH,
Okay.
Harris,
so
and Ayuk.
So RB2, wide receiver 2 for Michael Thomas. I mean, who? I don't know. I mean, Christian McCaffrey's RB1. Jalen Rager is like wide receiver, 4 or 5 right now.
Yeah, so bars in the truck. That one is going to be a little bit difficult to evaluate considering I don't know your roster, which means that I don't want to take away from your running backs or wide receivers. I'm
gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. For the sheer fact you basically giving all that up for just basically Christian McCaffrey, the only one that you can play.
Yeah.
CH, Damian Harris, and Brandon Ayuk has value right now that you can play and gives you depth. Unless the rest of your team is just stacked and ready, and then just that has CNC to put you over the top. I wouldn't do so. And plus, I mean, CNC. I mean, as great as a talent he is, and have plenty of opportunity, I still need to see if he's still going to be that guy, like we all think he should be. But the other guys, at least they're known. I don't know when Michael Thomas is going to come back, and when he does come back, like how effective he's going to be, type deal. And then Jalen Rager, I mean, that's a big unknown.
Jury's still out upon that guy, man. He gets the Mike Jones treatment right now. Who? So.
Oh man, next one here. Should I start Saquon or Damian Harris?
Saquon could be potentially up on the snap count. We're not sure about that. Yes, he did get medical clearance to be the running back inside this football game, but how much of the football game will he actually see? That's the big thing. Who is the Patriots playing against this week, Jamal?
Miami.
Hey.
Saquon has the Broncos.
Ooh, tough. I mean, two of the tougher defenses.
Where's it at?
I think that's in Giants Stadium.
Yep. The Giants are at home in that one.
That is tough, just because Saquon's on between that and the fact that I don't like is the Giants offensive line any good yet? I don't know, because they had trouble running the ball the last 2 years. So, jeez, Damian Harris against Miami isn't no slouch either. Your safer option. I'm gonna say, Damian Harris gives you that's the safer choice by far, because he's healthy. I feel like they probably have more opportunity. He has probably more opportunity to score today, because New England is going to be less turnover prone, I would imagine. The offensive line is a lot better, so they just might create some holes for him a lot more than Saquon. And as great as talent as Saquon is, I don't trust the snap count or the offensive line for the Giants just yet. And I know that's a very tough decision to have.
Right. It would be unanimous Saquon if we knew that Saquon was, fully up to, snub to actually receive all the touches inside the backfield. But we're just not sure about that right now. What I would say is right now, the safer pick would be Damian Harris, given that it is a rookie quarterback starting for the New England Patriots. I feel like they should get in the red zone at least a couple of times. He should be the guy to punch it in.
I guess
I've been so scared about playing like New England's like running backs. It's like you said, it's almost like running back by committee. So, they might actually have the water boy running this game. He's gonna go off on it. So I would take Saquon in that one, but yeah.
No, it is. That's a really
scary, man.
Hey, we got Justin from the Philippines out here.
Oh, shout out!
I love it.
Wow, Philippines! Shout out to you, Justin, man. Corey Davis or Russell Gage? Thank you.
I'm gonna go Corey Davis.
CD, go ahead and get
unanimous
CD in
right there.
Good luck today. Appreciate it. All the way from the Philippines. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we got another one here. Tyson Williams, Damian Harris, or Tyler Boyd at flex PPR.
Give me some Boyd, man. I'm taking some Boyd in this one.
That's the safer pick.
Yep.
The Tyson Williams one, that's just, don't know. It's the I don't know part, especially with Lat Murray being there, and then the other two guys that they signed that's pretty washed up at this point. And then Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews at the goal line. I know it's PPR. I don't know what kind of skill set Tyson Williams has. I just don't know. The one that has the best matchup is Tyler Boyd.
Yep.
The one that's more of a known is Tyler Boyd. So this is week one. I say better, be safe and pick Tyler Boyd. Man,
Tyler Boyd
rolling in, and I'm loving it.
Man, this is dope, man.
DeAndre Swift or Jacoby Myers? I'm going to say DeAndre Swift because Jared Goff don't have many people he can throw the ball to. They're going to be playing from behind. DeAndre Swift is an excellent talent, and he has a bigger target share than Jacoby Myers.
Bingo, man. You hit the nail right on the head, Jamar. It is a game of, target share. It's a game of, volume. So I think DeAndre Swift has every opportunity to do just that. So I'm rolling with DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift in the flex? Dang, that's pretty good.
It's not a good problem. Like, where y'all getting all these running backs from?
I'm just seeing Robertson, man. We just gonna have to. I'm gonna create a hashtag for you all to show your Robertson. I'm impressed out here. All right, one more. Anthony, I guess Cole Beasley. I'm assuming that's Devontae Parker.
Yep.
And if that's the case, I'm going Cole Beasley.
Yep, be easy for me as well, man. We do have trouble guarding, and when I say we, I mean Steeler Nation. We do have have an issue guarding like the slots. So Cole Beasley should do fine today. Beasley.
I'm taking COVID Beasley as well. COVID Beasley.
COVID Beasley. Be easy.
Yeah.
Got a couple more here. Oh, this is from the trade scenario. So he got Zeke Pollard, so he got the handcuff. Tyson and Lat Murray, he got the So looking for CNC to put me over the top. DK and T Higgins on my wide receivers.
That's not bad for wide receiver 1 and 2 there.
So this is the original CH and Ayuk. So CNC, Mike Thomas, and we got Zeke, Tyson, Lat, DK. You know what? Yeah.
Oh.
I think I would actually. If that's the case.
I'm leaning more towards yes than no in this one because he's looking to pair up CMC with Zeke, right?
Yeah.
And then
you got Tyson and Lat maybe in the flex there. Yeah, DK and Higgins. You can always is always easier to replace a quality wide receiver than a quality running back.
Absolutely.
Always. And so you got DK and T Higgins who 1 and 2 right there. CMC, who's basically a wide receiver and a running back at the same time.
Take it.
Yeah, I would do that. Thank you for following up on that.
Yeah, I'm glad he actually showed us his roster because I never want to give you a trade, you know what I mean, scenario without knowing who's exactly up on your roster. So go ahead and take that, bro. COVID Beasley, that's going to be my new team, man.
That's awesome.
Mask up, Beasley. Dang, man.
So I could also start Jerry Judy over Saquon or Damian. So would you rather Judy over these two PPR? And that's from that question earlier from Saquon and Damien. Well, I know you're high on Judy today.
I am. I am particularly high up on Judy because of the whole Teddy Bridgewater thing. I think they're going to have fantastic rapport. Cortland Sutton is coming back, by the way. You know what I mean? He ain't. They still got KJ Hamler as well as Noah Fant. So offensively, they ain't no slouch if they can actually put it together. But I could start Jerry Jeudy over Saquon or Damien. So would you rather have Jeudy over those two PPR? Whew. Boy, that is Jesus.
Jeudy in the slot, yeah. Yeah, 10-yard Teddy.
You know what? Yeah, I would. I think Jeudy probably gives you the biggest upside today. So I would, and this is week 1, so you just basically filling things out with the players that you're not too certain about right now. But I guess you want to pick the safer options. I think Jeudy gives you the highest upside out the 3 just because the matchup with Damien and the unknown of Saquon.
Yep, and it is a full PPR too. So
yeah, so appreciate that.
Yes.
Quick, trade David Montgomery, Austin Eckler, Chris Carson, Calvin Ridley, Jonathan Taylor. Let's see, RB2. Yeah.
Yes. This was like yes.
Oh, Calvin Ridley and Jonathan Taylor, do that, bro.
You eating?
Yes. Appreciate it, Bars and Tuck. Appreciate it. All right.
So we really appreciate that, bro.
All right, so I guess back to the schedule. Let's get through these games quicker. Cardinals at Titans. Both of you all have bold predictions. Walter, go ahead and let us know your first one here.
First, I'm gonna roll with Jonathan. Well, I would say Jonathan Taylor. My bad.
He's such a homer, you guys.
I think James Conner is gonna ball out this game because you're gonna get so much attention on AJ Green and the most underrated receiver. And Nuke, I think it's gonna open up a lot for him. And you have a more dynamic running back. So you got Conner, you got the pass element and run element. I think Connor's going to ball out today. And Tennessee has a suspect defense. Yes, they went and got some guys. We got to see how all those pieces work together. So I'm not too high on their defense, and they're in my division. So come on, James.
All right, Deshaun, what's yours?
So mine is AJ Green will score a touchdown in his first game with the Cardinals. And again, this is a huge one. Look, Christian Kirk is back in his natural position, which is like the slot. He doesn't have to play outside. So they already have what's that guy's name up on that team? Arguably the best wide receiver inside the league. I think his name is DeAndre Hopkins. So he's going to garner a lot of attention there. So I feel like AJ Green is going to come to life up on this football team.
You talking about that guy, Nuke?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I heard he was a stud, bro. So, he's going to take a lot of attention. Kyler Murray should be fantastic in this football game as well, man. This is going to be one that I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on. Jamar already knows Kyler's my guy, so, yeah.
I mean, hey, so basically what we're saying is this game is not only going to be entertaining for our eyes, because personally, I want to see this game because I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring affair.
Please tell me it's a 325 game or something like that.
I think this is an early one, man.
Okay, good.
All right, but nonetheless, I mean, goes without saying, you starting Derrick Henry, you starting AJ Brown, starting Julio Jones, Ryan Tannehill.
Yep.
He definitely has top 10 upside today for sure, without a doubt. He's already a borderline top 10 quarterback right now to begin with. The other side of the ball, I mean, you're starting Murray, you're definitely starting Luke. It's a high scoring affair, so if you got him, put him in your lineup.
Yep.
The AJ Green one, I mean, I would say deeper leagues, because I'm pretty sure you have better options or safer options at that point.
For sure.
But
definitely don't jump out the window on that one. That was just a bold prediction. That's
right.
That's why it's bold. But like you mentioned, Jamar, inside deeper leagues, he does have some value. And going forward, if he plays well in this football game, look to add him. And if he's still available.
Gotcha. And then real quick before we get to the next one, because we got to knock them down here. My boy Billy here. Mike Davis or T. Higgins. I have to side with T. Higgins by default because he's part of my bold prediction today. He's going to go off.
Oh man, like that one is. I'm gonna say T. Higgins as well. Hopefully it's PPR. Mike Davis is the sole running back inside that backfield. I feel like the only thing he needs to do have value is to punch it in. We all know his bowling ball like ways. You know what I mean? He can punch it in for a couple of touchdowns in this one. But T. Higgins definitely does have the higher ceiling. So slight edge to T. Higgins. Do not sleep on Mike Davis though in this football game.
Hey, is Mike Davis that dude? It looked like he got like calf implants.
Yes. Him and Saquon are built from the same factory.
Oh man, this is a good problem to have.
It is.
I'll roll T as well, but I'm gonna be watching Mike today.
For sure.
For real. Appreciate it, man. Let's go. Y'all keep it up, man. I love this channel. I appreciate you from day one, Billy. All right. So Walter, I'm gonna let you take it away here. Seahawks at Colts.
All right. The 2022 Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl Colts. Of course I'm rolling with the Colts on this. We brought this up a lot. Seahawks, their defense, it's pretty suspect. I expect Carson Wentz to have a pretty good game. I expect a shootout. Also, you're gonna get a heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor. So my biggest worries, and just being honest, is our corners. Xavier Rhodes is out, and that's our bigger cornerback going up against DK Metcalf. We got to depend on Rock Ya-Sin. Hopefully we get the good Rock Ya-Sin because he's kind of like 50-50 right now. And I'm not really worried about Seattle's run game because I think our defensive front is good, but maybe you can open some stuff up if Russ can get the ball now. So that's what I'm kind of worried about the corners, but we'll see. Look out for Justin Blackman, though. I think Russell Wilson's going to find him open a couple times. I'm expecting a couple turnovers, but we'll see. Yeah, of course I'm rolling with the Colts. Why not?
All right, so from a fantasy perspective, I think you hit the nail right upon the head, Walt, man. Expect a heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor in this game. Go ahead and fire him up. He is a running back one for sure this week. Basically everybody, man. You already mentioned that the Colts secondary right now is like banged up, so it's kind of suspect right now. Seahawks definitely suspect. They haven't been relevant in that secondary since the Legion of Boom days. So honestly, I think it's going to be a lot of points scored in this one. So if you have the DKs, the Tyler Lockett's, Chris Carson, all those guys at the positions. And we already mentioned Michael Pittman's name on multiple occasions today. He has some fantasy relevancy considering that secondary is so porous in Seattle.
I'm going to say this. I expect DK and Tyler Lockett to be very involved in this game. I'm sorry, man. I mean, there's only like 5 monsters in the NFL. 3 of them play for the Titans, and 1 of them play for the Seahawks.
Okay.
But I told you, I did say I do expect. I have the Colts winning this game. I think a lot of it is on Jonathan Taylor there. I think they're gonna be able to run all day on this Seahawks defense. I really believe it. I think Michael Pittman is going to be an unsung hero today as far as the fantasy expectations. I think he definitely goes above his projection here. That guy named Wentz, he might actually be okay today. He just might.
Okay. All right.
All right. So next game here, Chargers at Washington. This here is going to be. I don't expect a lot of fireworks, but I expect a hard-fought game. That's what I expect. I have Antonio Gibson in a couple leagues. I am for sure playing him. I mean, it's not going to be the easiest road to pay dirt, but I feel like he'll find his way there. I feel like Terry McLaurin is matchup proof. Them corners are solid, but I feel like he still get his. I wish Curtis Samuel wasn't on IR because I feel like he can have a big one here if he was playing. Chargers, I mean, you got to start Herbert. That's unless you have a better option. I mean, that's going to be a tough game for those skill position players, but Keenan Allen's still going to get his. I feel like Eckler, as long as he's, healthy and plays the whole game, PPR, that's the one that's gonna keep him relevant this week. But yeah, that Washington defense, they might score some points.
No, they might, man. The Chargers, look, you're gonna, start those guys. Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Justin Herbert, definitely gonna play those guys. They are fantastic plays today. But outside of that, with that Washington, man, like Washington defense is legit. I can't keep saying it enough. I think they get a little bit of a bump offensively with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Are you gonna get the gunslinging Ryan Fitzpatrick? Or are you going to get the, more conserved Ryan Fitzpatrick whenever that is? Because it seems like he always want to throw the football. But Terry McLaurin, fantastic. Logan Thomas, fantastic. Antonio Gibson, very, very, very good play this week. And J.D. McKissick has some value in deeper leagues, especially in 12 to 16 team PPR format. So I guess that's my quick analysis up on this football game.
This is one of those games that you have to sit down and watch. I think it's going to be, it's kind of balanced, and it's probably going to come down to the fourth quarter. And with that being said, what's the Chargers' health looking like right now?
I think finally for a change, they got Derwin James back inside that secondary, and he's fantastic. He's one of the better guys back there. And that's his biggest knock. That's his biggest knock. He's fantastic when he's out there. How is Bosa? I think Bosa is okay as well. So, I think their big-time players are there defensively for the Chargers. I'm not sure how much of an impact can they do to slow down that Washington offense, because they should be clicking in this game, and they are at home. So,
yeah. All right. Real quick, we do have a question waiting, but I want to get Walt's last bold prediction in real quick before we get to the comments and stuff. Jets and Panthers. All right, let them know what your second bold prediction is, man.
Hey, Sam Darnold is going in for his revenge today. This is like you showing up to the prom. Your ex is there. You show up with the baddest thing on your side of town. You got Robbie Anderson and Curtis Samuel. He's going in there, and you taking Christian in there with you. I think Sam's going to light it up today. He's going to show the Jets that they made a big mistake by trading him. I wanted the Colts to go get him, but I think Sam Darnold is about to go show up and show out, and it's going to be similar to what we had with Ryan Tannehill. When he was in Miami, everyone's like, "Oh, Ryan Tannehill's a bust. He's a bust," and he shows up to Tennessee, gets a competent, offensive coordinator, a competent team. You're not dealing with Adam Gase like gazing off into the stars. And, so I think Sam Darnold's he's gonna ball out today. Sorry, Wilson, but he's gonna ruin that debut for you, big guy.
Ooh. Crazy thing is, I can see it happening. I can definitely see it happening. Now, this game here has a chance to be a high scoring affair in one way or another. Jets defense has known to be trash. I think they'll be, better this year by default because they have better coaching. Yeah. Panthers defense hasn't, been, great either by any means. But yeah, I can definitely see a lot of yards in this game.
Yeah.
No, man, I like this. I like this football game a lot. This is going to be one that I'm hopefully going to be able to turn into. I like Zach Wilson. I like him a lot. He brings an edge. He brings a little swagger to that football team. And Jamar, you and I mentioned it up on multiple occasions. Dude, this team looks completely different. This is a different Colts football team. Look for Corey Davis a lot. Please do. Look for him a lot. We got fantastic wide receivers on that football team. Elijah Moore. Can this be a coming out party for him this week? It just very well may be. He's a fantastic wide receiver. Keep your eyes on him in this football game.
He started in my dynasty league today. And correction, remember, when you address Zach Wilson, that is Disney Channel movie star. Zach Wilson.
I was going to make another comment. Hey, man, Zach Wilson is most definitely Disney Channel, but have you seen his mom?
No.
Yes. Definitely. That whole description fits. It does.
Hey, just Google that real quick.
Googling as you said that, man. But no, just real quick before we jump into the questions though. Terrence Marshall Jr. for the Panthers has some deeper fantasy value. He showed up big in a really, really big way for them as far as being like a competent wide receiver inside that offense. So hopefully I'm looking to see that they're going to sprinkle this young guy in, and so he can make some sort of impact week 1.
Gotcha.
Hey, real quick, Jamar. I gotta cut on this one. I want to make sure I reserve enough time for you guys. Like all this love, man, dude. I'm like, yo, this is dope. So I'm gonna see y'all again next week. But yeah, I got to cut out on this one, and I'm gonna tune in so I can, hear what you guys are saying for the rest of the podcast. And then if I, see anything I disagree with, I'll make sure to mention it next week.
No, absolutely appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right, hey, yeah, I didn't expect this, but yeah, just like you said, it's all natural, and it's just good talk right here.
Week 1, we own, baby.
Oh yeah. All right, fellas, good luck to your teams, and I will see y'all next week.
Later, bro.
All right, so let's jump into the comments here real quick. So, question from matter of fact, hold on, we got this guy here. We got this guy. Mr. Brandon Price. You know what, man? We're getting to the Bears, man. I'll let you know, man. I'll let you know. Give us a few minutes. We'll get there. All right. Well, here's a question here. Morning. He needs some flex help here. So he has Henderson. Woods is our wide receiver 2. You got Juju, Gaskin, Judy, James Conner, or Galladay. Woo. All right. So let's break it down. Henderson and Woods are playing the Bears. Juju's playing the Bills. Gaskin playing the Pats. Judy playing the Broncos. Connor has the Titans. Galladay has the Broncos. No, Judy playing the Giants. Sorry. Man.
Right, flex out. Full PPR. Henderson. So I guess he already got Woods locked in. So it's up to Henderson, Juju, Gaskin, Judy, James Conner, or Galladay for flex help, full PPR. He said he had to Google his mom. I just did, bro, and she looks decent. Not my type, but cute enough, definitely for a mom. So,
man. All right, so I'm gonna say not Juju, just because of how clustered it is over there, and I don't know what to expect from Juju right now. Gaskin has a tough matchup against the Pats. Judy has upside. James Conner, I don't know how much of a split there and how much they actually going to utilize running backs, because they didn't really utilize them as much last year as I thought they would. Galladay going against, Denver has, arguably the best secondary in the whole league.
They have a legit secondary. So, and this is his very first game as a Giant. So it's looking like the best option he has right now. It's looking like Henderson, Judy followed with a little bit of Gaskin, but outside of that, man, that's how I would go in that order. I'd probably go Henderson, Judy, Gaskin. James Conner, like you said, I don't really like that split time there. We don't know how much he's going to get, and Galladay just have a very tough matchup this week.
Right. Henderson, the only question mark is how much they're going to use Sony Michel.
I'm not, man. You know how I feel about Sony Michel, Jamar. I don't think they're going to utilize him as much. Sean McVay already said that Henderson should play a huge role this year in offense.
But did he say that before or after that trade though?
After, for sure.
After.
Yeah, but you know they have to say that just so they can guarantee.
It's like my thing is Henderson was going to be the change of pace back regardless if Cam Akers there or not. I think Sony Michel slides into the Cam Akers role. I don't know how much though, but yeah, that's. And my Bears against opposing running backs that catches passes aren't that good either. So, me personally, I'm either Henderson or Judy for me.
Yep. I'm the same, bro. If I would have to go 1, 2, 3, it'll be Darrell Henderson, Jerry Judy, and then Myles Gaskin in that order. So
fair enough. Thank you for that, Trey. Next one here, we got Dirty Money. What up, man?
Oh, Debo or Thielen? I'm definitely rolling with Thielen in this football game. Yeah. We mentioned up on multiple occasions how it's going to be a high-scoring affair between Minnesota and Cincinnati. Yeah, it should be for sure. But Thielen can be like the beneficiary. Justin Jefferson can do it all on his own. We know Dalvin Cook is going to eat. So I feel like outside the slot position, Thielen should be able to be relevant week 1. Don't get me wrong. I like Deebo Samuel, especially against a non-existent, basically, Lions like defense. But I'm just going to go with the stronger pick here, which is Adam Thielen.
Yeah, Adam Thielen definitely has a higher upside here. Not saying that Deebo can't get his because he probably will. Just Thielen has a higher ceiling in this game. Appreciate that. All right, let's keep it moving here. We got a few more games to get into and go from there because I'm excited for some football today.
You and me both, bro.
All right, Jags at Texans.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep this very brief. I mean, this game can go one or two ways. It can be low scoring or it can be high scoring because both defenses are not that good. Trevor Lawrence is a perfect first game for him to go against this Texans team that does not have no plans of playing Deshaun Watson whatsoever. James Robinson, that's probably the biggest name that I like today.
He poses top 5 running back upside this week, in my opinion.
He does. I'm curious to see how the pass catchers do between DJ Shark and Marvin Jones Jr. and Laviska Shenault. I'm curious to see how that pans out. That's something I will monitor going forward.
For sure.
Texans, I mean, maybe Brandon Cooks might have some value today. That running back situation scares me. Honestly, the Texans is a team that's deemed I would not touch at all. And so, I mean, we'll see. I mean,
man, you did the analysis right on the head.
Somebody got to throw the ball. So, I mean, somebody going to put up points. I just don't know how much and how often.
Yep. Brandon Cooks is probably the only person from that Texas, roster that you want to put on your fantasy roster. So, no, perfect analysis, Jamar.
All right. Got another question here from Ricky Blaze. Who should I start? Juju, Jerry Jeudy, or Corey Davis? I'm going to say Corey Davis.
Man, I'm going to say exactly the same thing, man. Throughout the preseason, you saw Zach Wilson hook up a lot with one particular person. Can you guess who that person is? Yes, Corey Davis. So, yeah, I feel like Corey Davis is going to have a big season, especially with the extra one game that we get this season in 17. I feel like he's going to finally have the coming out party that he deserved. Corey Davis was recently a number first round wide receiver draft pick. So
that means he's talented. I mean, he has the biggest target share out the 3. He has the better matchup out the 3, and might have the most talented quarterback out the 3 right now, as of right now. So yeah, we both like Corey Davis. Appreciate the question, Ricky. Our boy Walter got the Jags today.
Jags.
Oh man. So all right, let's keep it moving. Browns at Chiefs. This is a heavyweight bout.
Yep.
Browns already got the most balanced team in the whole NFL. They just a Baker Mayfield away from being like something special. The Browns, you are starting the best running back duo in the league, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt should definitely be in your flex unless you have a better option. Some people do, some people don't. Kareem Hunt will be in my flex today. Pass catchers, I mean, Odell Beckham Jr. is, he's coming back off an injury. He started to show that before the injury last year that he was starting to look a little rusty, but it's the wait and see approach for me personally. Outside of that, I mean, I'm just really comfortable with the running backs with the Browns, Chiefs. I mean, you plug in your guys in, man. That's what you're doing.
No, yep. Same. I think the biggest fantasy implication for this game is CMC. Can he be the running back that we all thought he was going to be last year? Remember, man, even CEH. So this guy was picked like in some leagues, like inside, like anywhere between 5 to 10 last year. And in my opinion, he really didn't live up to that billing. So we'll see as far as what he can do. You already know what to do with Mahomes and the rest of those guys there. You're starting on.
And I'm even like thinking of like in some leagues, I'm playing Hardman. I really am. I feel like, Travis Kelce gonna get double teamed. Tyreek Hill gonna get double teamed. I mean, he slide into that Sammy Watkins role, but the biggest difference is Hardman has like deep threat upside just as much as Tyreek Hill. So
He does.
mean, and he's probably gonna see a lot of more one-on-one action than the other guys. So I mean, he can be something special today. He can be. But yeah, I was about to say something else in regards to CEH, and I can't put my finger on it. But if it comes back to me, we'll come back to it. All right, fans at Pats. Like you was mentioning last week, man, this is going to be tough. Like a tough fought defensive game.
Yep.
So expectations might have to be slighted here just a bit. Damian Harris, I mean, he has a chance to find pay dirt if they get the ball in the red zone. Rookie quarterback, so I'm thinking they're going to run the ball a little bit more. Dolphins, I mean, might be the same with Myles Gaskin. This is one of those games I'm like, I don't know, man. What's your thoughts?
I mean, it could be a low-scoring affair. It really can. Considering the fact that both of these teams know each other very well, and this is one of those, one of those divisional like matchups. So I think it's going to be a lot of punches to the mouth in this football game. I'm looking to see what Tua can do. Like seriously, a lot of those Patriots players up on like the defensive side of the football opted out last year. A couple of those guys are coming back. So we should see how well Tua responds. Tua has the weapons. He will be without Will Fuller in this for just this week. Will Fuller is suspended one game. He should return week 2 if there is no issues with that. So again, I mean, I'm looking for probably a low scoring game here. Like seriously, divisional matchup, slugfest in my opinion.
Yeah. So if I can help it, I'm not really playing too many guys in this game at all. But I mean, we'll see what happens. This next one here, I have a bold prediction.
Okay.
Jameis Winston will finish top 5 quarterback this week.
Ooh. Okay.
I mean, from what we saw, like it looks like Jameis is, a lot of people are high on Jameis this week, and Jameis in general, because I mean, yes, he's known as Mr. 30 for 30. We get it, but he can slug that ball. He can throw that football, and in that preseason game, I know it's preseason, but I mean, in order for him to secure that starting job, he let it fly, and it looked accurate. And he looked like he's in a better situation. He's a better coach. He probably needs to have more of a well-balanced team around him. As long as he, doesn't have to force things down the field like he used to in Tampa, which I don't think he will. There's a lot of upside here. I mean, we expect the Green Bay Packers to put up points, as much as I can't stand saying that. So we expect, Jameis to have a lot of passing opportunities today. So I believe when it's all said and done, that's a bold prediction that he will finish a top 5 fantasy quarterback today. And so,
yeah, man, I like Alvin Kamara a lot in this football game. I think they're going to utilize him a bunch because they do have a lack of true pass catchers on the Saints side. So, I mean, look to him to catch a couple of passes about the backfield. Jameis Winston, that could be a possibility. Jamar, I really do like the Packers secondary. It is pretty good. It's not a bad secondary. Aaron Rodgers is going to get his no matter what. Devonta Adams is going to get his. Aaron Jones, you're definitely going to play him as well. So yeah, this should be a fun football game to watch up on TV.
It should, and I'm hoping James can eat the W today. That's what I'm hoping for.
I bet you are.
I'm biased on that. Just check my background. All right, so next one here. This is an interesting game, and we have, based on the question that was coming in earlier today. I mean, it's a lot dealing with this game here.
Yep.
Broncos, I mentioned earlier, arguably has the best secondary in the whole league.
Yep.
Daniel Jones last year was known to turn over the ball a lot. I mean, he couldn't even help himself when he had a wide open touchdown. He took over his own feet. The question marks are the offensive line, because they basically gave the Giants did everything except for the offensive line to give him an opportunity to prove himself this year, to see if he's going to be that actual guy. They have weapons. They have a lot of weapons. I know there's no Evan Ingram today, but the new addition to Galladay, along with Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, who's a deep ball threat. We got Saquon, who's medically cleared. We don't know how many carries he's going to play today. Even without Evan Ingram, they signed Kyle Rudolph. So, I mean, this team has weapons, plenty of weapons. It's just two things. How good is that offensive line? And second, can Daniel Jones not turn over the football and deliver to his weapons? That was like the two main issues last year. I mean, against this Broncos defense, I mean, they're at home. Daniel Jones can be productive, which means the pass catchers can be productive. It's just to how much. That's the question, right?
Yes, it is.
And so, I mean, if you have to start any Giants guys, start them. Just just keep in the back of your head. Like, today will be a good indicator to see how good those Giants players are going to be for your fantasy team.
No, for sure. And you definitely want to, even, I know that they're saying like Saquon is, cleared and whatnot. I would still keep an eye on it close to game time and see about like the whole snap count situation. I'm not feeling good about any player that's on like a snap count as far as fantasy purposes go. I don't care how good they is. And we already know how good of a talent Saquon Barkley is. Again, monitor that one all the way up until game time. Until they take the training wheels off, I'm not really feeling confident with Saquon right now.
Right. And so we got a question, and it pertains to the other side of the ball here, from C3000. Who should I start, Sutton or Devontae? And I'm going to assume that's maybe Devonta Smith. Correct me if I'm wrong. If it's Devonta Smith, I think I like Devonta Smith more.
I do. And again, we already know Cam Sutton. He was that guy before he went out up on that. I think he had like a torn ACL or something like that.
Yes.
So he was that guy before that happened. But right now, we need to see, can he still be that guy? So wait about just 1 week to see how he perform. Again, he has more, competition as in opposed to, Devonta Smith not having a true pass catcher up on that team. So as of right now, I would definitely roll with Devonta Smith.
I'll say this, like, because when we get into the Broncos side, like the fact that Teddy Bridgewater is the quarterback, I feel more comfortable playing Broncos players this year than I have in the past.
Yep.
And so, but with that being said, the matchup they have against the Falcons, that is, last time I checked, that defense is probably the logo for waste management out here. And so, I feel like Devonta Smith is going to eat today as opposed to Cortland Sutton. I mean, I know Sutton is a great talent, but like John said, just wait and see approach. Devonta Smith is the safer option and also has the bigger upside today.
Yep.
All right. And so thank you for the question. And so, speaking of the Broncos, like I said, Teddy Bridgewater being quarterback, it kind of gives me the warm and fuzzies inside for Broncos skill position players. It does. So, Sutton, Giants defense is are no slouches either. They're solid.
No, it's not. And going back to the offensive side of the ball, like a lot of those guys can ball, man. Like that's the thing. Maybe they got like a little bit too much. And I know we haven't talked enough about that backfield. So there is a little bit of backfield turmoil going on between Devonta Smith and Javonte Williams. I'm sorry. Yep. Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon the third. So both of those two guys will be battling it out. I know it's going to be hard to say. I know that they're going to, kind of ease Javonte Williams in there, but I expect for him to fully take over that backfield within the next 4 to 5 weeks, man, because that guy is a tremendous talent. They got weapons, man. Noah Fant, Cortland Sutton, KJ Hamler, We already talked enough about Jerry Judy today on today's show. They have weapons, and with Teddy Bridgewater, like you said, Jamar, it just makes those players come alive. It makes them act like true value up on a week-to-week basis. So I'm definitely looking forward to this football game. A lot of fantasy implications as well.
It should be a good one. All right, we got 2 more games left. All right, Sunday Night Football.
Take it away.
Look, man. All right, so since Andy Dalton's our starting quarterback, the only player I'm starting for the Bears right now is going to be Allen Robinson. I don't feel comfortable with David Montgomery. I mean, he might do something. The chances are there's more chances that he will be a bust than a boom this week.
Yep.
Allen Robinson has a big target share. He should still be able to get his. I know he has a tough matchup against Jalen Ramsey, and Jalen Ramsey has done a number on a lot of players last year to earn his money. But I believe in Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson is a legitimate number 1, and if you're a legitimate number 1, you should be able to get at least your minimum in this matchup. On the other side of the ball, look, man, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. I really love Cooper Kupp. I think Matthew Stafford has a tremendous game. The running backs between Michelle and Henderson has a tremendous game. I mean, we got Michelle in deeper leagues. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing him. I feel like he have a bigger role than people think, but then again, we'll see. I just know running backs in the McVay offense are gold. That's what I do know. Tyler Higbee, he might even find the end zone. I love all Rams players in this matchup. My Bears.
Man, I wish Brandon Price could actually hear you rave about Matthew Stafford right now. I know how he feels about him. Shout out to our guy, Brandon Price. So, but yeah, no, Jamar. Again, perfect analysis. Like those players for the Rams should do perfectly fine this week. Allen Robinson, again, I'm with you 100%. That is going to be the only guy who you have confidence in playing. And again, he still is going up against the baddest corner in the league, which is Jalen Ramsey. So again, temper your expectations there. But still, I'm still gonna play him. You just cannot have an Allen Robinson on your team and not play him, especially week 1. So on paper, this football game should be fun to watch. But I'm gonna go with the Rams in this football game as a football game tomorrow.
Anthony predicting 350 yards and 3 touchdowns with 1 turnover with Matthew Stafford. And
that seems accurate.
I can see
that seems accurate. It really does.
I mean, as a Bears fan, I'm hoping I am completely wrong. I want to be completely wrong on this one. I do in my heart. But, I mean, this is a fantasy football podcast. I cannot be that biased. I know what's what, man. It is what it is. Now, this is a game that I find interesting. Ravens at Raiders. So we discussed in the past that teams playing in Miami, that's a trap game. I feel like the exact same situation occurs in Las Vegas here. And so I'm very high on Vegas players, man, this week. Like, especially with the injuries on the secondary, like, we know Waller the baller. I mean, the name speaks for itself. We know he outruns corners into everything else inside the numbers, man, and on the outside. So he's gonna get his. I think Henry Ruggs has a chance to do something here.
He does.
I like Kenyon Drake more than I like Josh Jacobs in this matchup, though.
Yeah, you were adamant about saying that all week, Jamar. So speak on it a little bit.
I mean, okay, so let's be honest here. I mean, Ravens' run defense, to my knowledge, is still pretty good.
Yep.
Josh Jacobs isn't the most effective, efficient running back. Yards per carry isn't there. He's one of those. I can't think of there's a person's name in the past that was like this, but he gets stronger as the game goes on, the more touches you get, type thing. And so, but it's like if you run into a brick wall, like how many times do you hit the brick wall until it moves? That's my mindset here. I mean, they can find themselves, within 5 yards of the red zone, he can punch it in. That can happen. But what I'm saying is, Kenyon Drake, the way that they plan on using this man, the way that he can catch passes out the backfield, the way he can line up in the slot and still do things, he has a higher upside in this matchup to me. Because I feel like if you're gonna beat the Baltimore Ravens right now, you're gonna have to pass the ball. So that's why I'm higher on Kenyon Drake than I am Josh Jacobs.
No, I mean I like that. I like it a lot. Like you said, the Ravens' ability to stop the run is is evident, man. So what does that do? That opens up things for the better pass catching back outside the backfield, which is Kenyon Drake. So yeah, again, this is a pretty good Monday night game. I expect the Ravens to slide away from this one at some point. Lamar Jackson should be as electric as ever in this football game. Look, you're gonna see a lot of Mark Andrews in this game. A lot of Mark Andrews for sure.
I can see that.
But yeah, like the main guys you're gonna play the Jacksons, the Mark Andrews, you're gonna play Waller, the baller. Like you already mentioned, that Kenyon Drake as well as Henry Ruggs has some upside as well.
Now, one thing we have to address here is the running back carousel in Baltimore right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm on record saying that Lat Murray will be the guy this season. I don't know how soon. I don't know what the situation is for tonight between him and Tyson Williams. I don't expect any value for Le'Veon Bell, and definitely not Devontae Weak Bones Freeman by any means.
Weak bones.
But so that's one of those, like, if you have to start one of them, fine. But that's one of those you definitely want to monitor. We know that the Ravens are very run heavy, so somebody's gonna have some value for sure. It's just who. I'm on the Lat Murray side personally, but we're gonna see and find out here. And we got a question here. So Jerry Jeudy, Deebo Samuel, or Tyson Williams, half-point PPR. Deebo has the best matchup for me as far as knowing their role and going against, a Lions team that's no more as good as your. They could probably be on par with your son's middle school team. So.
Yeah, man, that Lions defense is non-existent. You're right. Deebo Samuel does have the best chance to shine in this football game. The only reservation I have on Deebo Samuel is I know that the 49ers look to run it a ton. Like that's their niche. So again, both of those are two good, fantastic options. Either Jerry Jeudy or Deebo Samuel. Flip a coin, man. But who's more poised to score is going to be Deebo Samuel. Who's more poised to see maybe more targets and probably more yards out of the two is probably going to be Jerry Jeudy. But again, a very good problem to have.
Absolutely. And then Trey has one more question. 4-point PPR. Choose two: Deontay Johnson, Chris Carson, Jeudy, Deebo, or Chase Edmonds. I'm seeing a lot of Jeudy today.
Yep.
I mean, what's your thoughts here? Because I see Deontay Johnson. You know more about him than I do.
Oh yeah, you're definitely going to get Deontay Johnson in there as far as for PPR. That's what he does. Like that's his thing. He's gonna get you maybe 5 to 8 catches every football game. Now it's going to be how many yards is it going to be for? Is it going to be for a touchdown? But he was fantastic last year. Drops aside, I think he led the team in like drops and whatnot. But as far as PPR format, Deontay Johnson is probably the best option here, in my opinion. And Chris Carson, if this was just standard, man, I would say roll with him all day, every day. But it goes back to we just had the question with Jerry Jeudy and Deebo Samuel. I'm probably going to go with Deontay Johnson and Deebo in this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with you. I'll definitely roll with you. Chase Edmonds, he scares me just more so due to that split I don't like and how much they're going to utilize him. He could have a great game, but I can't say.
Right.
At this point, week 1, you definitely want to go with the safer options here. And the two that you named probably are the safer options in this situation. So definitely appreciate the question and good luck to you. We are a little less. We just at the 9 o'clock hour here, so 3 hours left until kickoff. Man, I am excited. I am thrilled. Like we've been waiting for this ever since the Super Bowl. Like, bro, I like I can't hold my excitement, man. I really can't.
No, man, this should be a great opening weekend of football, man. College football is back, and then now we got the NFL ready to kick off. They already gave us a fantastic game up on Thursday, so definitely excited, man. This is the most wonderful time of the year for me. I know a lot of people say Christmas, but the start of football season, it still does include Christmas as well. So
It does.
it does. It still goes hand in hand. You can still see some football around Christmas time, but yeah, definitely good luck to everyone out there. The questions today have been poured in. We appreciate the support and you guys' comments, and definitely keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Yep. So I want to say, like you said, just piggyback off of that. Thank you all. We have, the ones that don't know, we have Facebook fantasy football community group here. So please join us there. It is very active. If you have any more questions outside of here, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram at the Destination Fantasy. Find us on Twitter. Matter of fact, I'll have the links in the description here. So, like I said, we got a little less than 3 hours now to kick off. I'm about to go check my lineups. I even got to run to the store, get some food for the game today. So I'm excited. We'll go handle this little guy here in a second. But before we do that, Deshaun, where can they find us?
Man, they can find us anywhere where podcasts are being found. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Pod, Amazon. Dude, we're freaking everywhere where you can find your podcast. We are streaming live right now on Facebook as well as YouTube, where a lot of the questions came in, and we greatly appreciate that. So definitely tap in with the YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing, and make sure you punch that sub button. It really goes a long way, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Look, good luck to everyone out there, man. You should be amped about this. So yeah, man, it's football season, baby. We here.
We are, man. Good morning, Terrence. We're just wrapping up. But yeah, we are live all day today. Find us, you know where to find us. But we'll be back next Sunday. We'll, recap Thursday's night game that's coming up. We'll talk about some more fantasy stuff, injuries, basically anything that you need to get you, ready for week 2. We'll talk about it then. But until then, like you said, good luck. Peace out. Deuces. God bless.
Go Steelers.